Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
810-454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Star Wars, The Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 3. And this is the... I won't say that it's a bad episode. It's not a good episode.
Right. And the reason why I think it's not good, there's just certain elements that pull you out of Boba Fett's story.
Out of Star Wars.
Out of Star Wars, yes, yeah.
It's there's plenty of silly things in Star Wars where you can be like, okay, it's Star Wars. No, you have to do that excuse like, oh, it's Star Wars.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But I can't use that excuse for this because what's happening that's silly isn't Star Wars.
Right. It belongs in sci-fi, but just not Star Wars. Yeah.
Maybe not on Tatooine.
Maybe someplace, maybe like Coruscant.
Yeah.
This is the first time I can say that belonged more in Star Trek than Star Wars.
Yeah,
which is
silliness.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of...
Man, I don't know. There's some cool moments. There's a sad moment where it's like, oh, I guess that blows what I said in the last review out the window. But you see, again, how many times is Boba Fett going to let people go?
I know.
And also, hopefully in the next couple episodes, he really just...
killing people.
Hey, you don't want to listen? Boom. Who else doesn't want to freaking listen? Like pretty much at that point.
What if you want to play the game?
Don't play the game. Boom. Yeah, start shooting people. Being like, okay, everyone's going to listen now, right?
When he became the warlord, he did it ruthlessly by killing the guy. That's what he has to do again.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't want to, but he has to.
Yeah, remember last time he just walked in there and blasted that fool? Well,
yeah.
That's the stuff that needs to start happening.
Yeah.
Because apparently nobody respects you, bro.
Yeah.
But we open up and they're kind of going over what's going on in Mos Espa. That's where he's at. And I guess after Jabba the Hutt died, there was a power vacuum and it got split up between 3 factions. So they got the workers area. So everyone's kind of like, now there's this 3-way, instead of it just being all run by Jabba, now it's run by 3 separate people. And of course, everyone wants to be the king.
Right. And then it's all being kind of orchestrated by the mayor. So the mayor is kind of like pulling the strings, but they kind of like believe like the mayor doesn't have any power. Like, how the heck's he doing this?
He has a little bit, but not enough to do all of this.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just seems to me that Boba Fett, you gotta like, okay, really? Just go in there and just...
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to have to do this. I tried to do it your way. But I guess they get interrupted. And they're like, someone's here to come talk to you. Like, they don't have an appointment. And Boba Fett's always like, no, sure, send him on in. He needs to... There's no standards with this man.
I know. I think he's really trying to be honorable and listen to the people so that he has like the respect and honor. But then again,
you're a doormat. Thank you.
Right. You're not dealing with people on Coruscant. You're dealing with people
on Tatooine.
It's funny because now I'm thinking about it. When he was a bounty hunter, he was too out there and kind of too being ruthless when he wasn't following what the Mandalorians would do. Now that he's too Mandalorian for them to. He's the opposite now.
But he's almost a damn teddy bear.
But
every single person that disrespects him, he's like, it's okay, they're just woods.
Right.
But you are trying to take the place of a ruthless killer, and you can't come in and be teddy bear cop.
I at first I didn't mind it, but now it's getting too much. Now he's getting backstabbed now.
Yeah.
Come on, it's time to, you gotta...
The only thing I can hope for is that they're setting it up to where he's just gonna have to go gangster in the last 2 episodes.
And not like it, but do it.
Yeah, just do it. And just be like,
hopefully.
Yep.
So this guy just walks in without an appointment. I guess he's one of the guys who does the water trading. Right. So he's like the broker for the moisture farmers. So, and he's like, hey, want to let you know that no one respects you. No one does. You know you're around, but after the assassination attempt and everything, everyone's kind of like, oh, this guy thinks he's the daimyo. He's not.
Right, and then he's saying that people are stealing from me, and that's never happened before.
Yeah, the Jabba would take care of me.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, get rid of these gangs, and then I'll double my tribute. So basically giving him a job. Kind of like, it's kind of funny, like, it's asking for a favor, but like, it's weird. It's kind of like almost like he's hiring.
Yeah, like a bounty hunter.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. So, but I guess there's some young biker gang, and they have like robotic parts and everything. This is where I'm talking about stuff. Yes, prosthetic, like we see like Luke as a robot.
Echo, right?
Yeah.
Echo has the head.
Yeah, his thing. But these people, when we meet them, they're kind of like almost like they have like weapons.
Right.
They have like weapons built into their bodies. That's Star Wars?
Right, and also,
they don't fit. They
No.
don't fit. They don't fit. The other things they have don't fit. Nothing fits with them.
I
Star
think
Wars.
I think with like I said, and again, I don't want to sound rude or anything. It just looks too clean.
Yeah.
If it was a little bit janky, a little bit messed up, like
Oh
arms.
yeah, it's like on this dusty dust planet, their stuff gleams in the sunlight.
Right, and I'm thinking like Tatooine, nothing gleams.
I got some of this off-market, out-of-world wax for my bike. So Boba just walks up on these people. Wait, where'd you get that water? They're like, oh, we stole it. And then he's like, well, stealing's a crime. What they charge is a crime.
Okay,
Kind of get that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys are from the workers' district. You should be working. There is no work. This girl. Does no one respect Boba Fett anymore?
I know, and he even has to say his name. I know who you are. At that point, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shoot someone at this.
So
point.
it's like, oh, so which one of your limbs is a robot? Just blow it off.
Right,
I know,
exactly.
right? Wouldn't that have been a move? That would have been a gangster move.
But then like, the guy has like a robot eye and everything. It just looks so funny. But they're like, oh, there's no work. And of course it's that whole like, oh, that's the reason why we have to steal is because how bad it is here. And it's
That's a little heavy-handed.
It's a little bit.
He's like, but then Boba just being like, well, if you gentlemen don't have jobs, well, then I'll be the one to give you a job. He's just too nice. He's such a nice guy.
He's trying to do the whole tactic of like, if I turn everyone into
Why isn't
an
his
ally,
armor pink?
I know, but if he turns everyone into an ally, then you'll have more people he can work with and get all the territories back.
I like what he kind of says. You have guts, and it's true, and that's true that you have guts. But you know what? I can't let you get away with what you just said, so I'm going to kill one of your people.
Yeah, or it's like your guts. Now they're pulling on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
But then he's like, I'll hire you. Come be my gang. Be my dudes.
Yeah.
Be my guys that you beat up in the first level because that's what they look like in Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
Did everyone have a bag of Streets of Rage based off one of these guys?
Or they look like
right.
people that are from Battle Alita.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Battle Angel. They do look like
Battle Angel.
they would fit perfect in that world.
Yeah, they would.
It was down to the bikes and everything.
Yeah, they belong in Iron City.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Tatooine. Yeah. So a little. I would say a major misstep with these guys. Not their personalities, not how they act. It's
The way
just,
they look,
they
it's
don't fit.
aesthetic.
They don't
It's
fit.
aesthetic.
So that guy was like waiting around the corner. The guy who's like, "Hey, you can't let those hooligans go."
Yeah, the way he came out was a little weird too.
Well,
Didn't
he
he?
was like
watching?
waiting. He's like.
He should have been in one of the water barrels. He popped up. So he's like, "They're working for me now. How much do they owe you? They owe me $1,300 for that much water. You get $500." And he's like, "No, they gotta pay." He's like, "Hey, if you want to like still live." And then I'd be like, I don't know, Boba. Do you kill people? Because it doesn't seem like you do. I might as well push his buttons.
You know what's really funny? It's almost like Disney is like in his ear saying you can't.
Boba can't kill. He's
Yeah,
a good
Boba
guy.
can't. Yeah, Boba can't kill.
So he's like, you're gonna lower your prices too because that's price gouging, and we don't allow that on Tatooine. Pretty much. He doesn't say that, but he might as well have said that.
Yeah.
This is the first time, like you just said, Native, and it's kind of true, where you can say Disney Star Wars did have an influence on this, because it does seem like they're kind of holding Bubba back.
And they felt like they did that first kill in that first episode.
When he
kind
pulled
of
that dude with the rocket?
Yeah, and they just basically said, okay, we satisfied that.
Yeah, but he's got to do more than that.
He's got to do more than that.
He hired these people to come be like his bossy.
Yeah.
These are my boys. So then he got two, whatever. I forgot to look up the names of those pig people.
Two cool pig guys. Finnick.
And then this gang guy.
So he has maybe 8-9 people?
Yeah, I think
he's
there might
more
be
than that.
And that one robot.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not like a battle droid or anything.
No.
What he needs to hook himself up with some old battle droids. That'd be sick.
I know. Or also some of his old bounty hunter buddies. I don't know.
Hey, come hang out on Tatooine with me. I got beers.
Right, exactly. Show up.
So he's back in the tub, and he's having a memory of, I guess, when Django left.
Django left, yeah.
Papa. So he has that Papa look on his face. But he obviously comes back for him because he was there during the Jedi fight.
Yeah, the Clone Wars.
So we're back in the past, and I guess he's all suited up on his bantha. I love how the bantha's real. That's a real puppet. That's so cool.
I know.
I love the big horns and everything. It's so cool looking.
Yeah, it is.
So I thought he was leaving. Like, oh, is he leaving the tribe and he's going to go do what he needs to do? No, I guess he's going to town to go get... Remember they set up the whole protection thing?
Yes, he's going to get tribute.
You're under protection of these seven sands or whatever he has. Like
the Raiders of the Dune Sea.
Yeah. So we have this whole scene where he's riding his bantha. I don't know how far.
Pretty far.
Banthas aren't the fastest creatures.
My goodness, it's probably took him forever. Yeah. So he gets there, he sees some Jawas. He's like, so where's the pikes? Oh, they're over here. He goes in there. I had business with them. Goes up. Hey, I'm here to collect. And the guy's like, I already paid. He's like, you didn't pay anybody. I represent all the basically for all the well, my
Tusken
goodness,
Raiders.
all the Tusken Raiders. I
this
represent,
area, yeah.
I represent all of them. Oh, we're already paying the speeder bike guys, so I'm not paying twice for protection. And he's like, well, they had no claim to this place. He's like, well, I already paid them, and I feel like I'm getting ripped off here.
Yeah.
Then Boba's like, hey, you won't hear from them again.
We outnumber them. We'll get them.
We'll get them. Okay, just as long as you come back and they're not going to bother me or bother my business. Because like my higher ups won't allow me to pay twice.
Right. And then he's like, okay, I'll figure this out. I'll deal with it.
They're like, time to kill some people. But I'm going to go talk to them and I'll negotiate them to be better people. So he gets sent on his merry way, goes back home. But when he gets there, billowing clouds of
smoke.
So I'm like, oh, dude, do you think it was a big setup? Do you think the Pikes set them up?
I think they did. Because they were almost too cavalier in there.
But they were kind of badasses. And they all got stomped.
Well, they got shot with lasers from far away. Or like he said in the last episode, they got their ships.
Oh, maybe.
And they can't fight that.
You can't fight that.
So he rolls up on it and everyone's dead. Even little homie.
Yeah.
His little homie's dead. So when I said, oh, he needs to go get his old buddies to come help him, they're all dead.
They're all dead. So that falls that.
And also another question I just thought of in my head was, do you think if this didn't happen, would he have just been a Tusken Raider?
Probably.
Would have gave up the whole Mandalorian armor and everything?
Probably.
And just...
I think eventually he might would have tried to expand try to unite the
Tusken Raiders.
So, yeah, they all got burned and they were all killed. No survivors.
Not even the Bantha survived.
Yeah, they even killed the Banthas, and yeah, he gets them all piled up and gives them a proper funeral, like a Viking funeral, burns them all.
And a little bit of a tear, almost. Yeah,
because a little man died. And he put his little training stick and he put it on the thing. I'm like, oh, that's sad.
Another one for the that he
right.
got from
And
him.
like you said, Boba Fett's seen a lot of crap.
So how many people does he kill after this?
All of them.
He kills all of them.
So now we know why maybe the Pikes have a grudge against him.
Yeah.
Right. Or that's I think he will go after the Pikes too. I think he's gonna get rid of everyone.
Yeah.
So we got a pretty sad scene. Then, the middle of nowhere, homeboy, the big black
right, a little
Wookiee
jump scare
pulls him out of the freaking water, and freaking all he has his little skivvies. He's wearing his little Mando chonies.
He's his clone soldiers.
His clone chonies. He's getting thrown around and getting beat up. Here's the thing: why even wake him up? Why not just shoot through the glass and just kill him?
It's probably a pride thing with the Wookiee. He wanted technically I didn't kill him in his sleep.
He has freaking electric brass knuckles.
Oh yeah.
So. He's Wookiee screaming, they're fighting and everything, and I'm thinking, where is my dudes?
So where's Finnick, my street urchins, my pigs, whoever? I need someone. The robot.
Fat boys!
Fat boys, come over here.
Did he fly in? I mean, how did he get in there like that?
He's an 8-foot giant bear man, and no one saw him?
Two things. One, someone let him in, so that means there's a snitch in the group.
I hope it's not Finnick.
Or the Hutts knew a way in.
Would you think that robot might have let him in?
Maybe.
Yeah, because maybe he's like, maybe Jabba put a thing in him saying if anyone takes my place, betray them.
Right. And also they can know the information because of the brother. That other cousin.
Yeah.
And then the girl goes behind and just stabs him, but does it real slow. Just stab the
guy. Because he's getting choked out. He's getting
Okay, our boy's getting tossed like a bag of cookies, just all over the place. Who's first to show up? Not Finnick, not the guards, the gang.
The gang.
So she has her little stiletto dagger, like a baby one, to spread butter. You know that little knife you get when you get the little cheese platter? That's all she has. So she's like, meh. She barely stabs him. And then she pulls out her little laser whip and they're doing things. Where's the big blasters? Gun this mother down.
Right. And also, pig guys, it's great that you have swords. Get some blasters. You need some guns. Guns.
Yeah, especially when finding someone like that.
Not gun guns, but gun guns.
Yes, not gun guns.
You should go get gun guns.
No, not Misa. Not a good idea.
Misa, you're getting up. What? So he's just getting tossed around and they're kind of poking him and stuff. They get him into the throne room and it was a good idea. He just hits Finnick just hits the button. He falls in. Instead of just killing him, because he's still holding on, they drop him into the Rancor pit. Of course, there's no Rancor down there, so they captured him.
But see, again, I don't know if that's supposed to be plot. Is Finnick trying to betray him, or is that a Disney move where they're like, we don't want to see someone's head blow up?
No. But Finnick has her rifle. She looks over at Boba like, Give me the word and I'll blast this Wookiee. You'll have a new freaking Wookiee coat. It's going to be sick. And then he kind of gives that look and we know that of course, Boba, because Boba kills nobody anymore.
Yeah. It's one of those things. And then also, which I did find, it's kind of awesome that he actually sent that pig guy into the tank to get healed. Which is a little, like, I felt like that moment's kind of cool because it shows that he does care about
his
people.
boys.
He's
my fat boys.
Yeah.
No!
Well, because also he wants them, that's the thing. He
wants the trust.
The trust and loyalty, because he knows that eventually he's going to have to really trust these people. So I could see why he's trying to be this way.
And the very next scene, they're like eating at a table, like, oh my god, they ate him!
They shaved him and ate him.
He's all wearing his skins.
He's like, not to eat him,
this is a great Wookiee meat.
He has like a hoodie, but it's like his face.
I just keep remembering when we saw Boba Fett in Mandalorian when he was just messing up those stormtroopers. I want that.
So Finnick is like, hey, you gotta enjoy. You're a part of a family. You're the head of a family.
Right? Because he doesn't
enjoy
want to
the
eat.
accoutrements. Like you gotta eat. Look, we gotta make our next move. The Hutt's sent freaking assassin. I gotta make a move. She's like, no, wait for them to make a move. Oh no, they're all watching, gonna think I'm weak. So he's starting to think a little bit.
Yeah.
I think
he got some sense knocked in his damn head.
I think it's coming full circle where he's realizing I'm gonna have to show more force. I'm gonna have to be more.
But first, I gotta eat this Wookiee meat.
Yeah.
Some bantaloin. But then like, he doesn't even get a chance to make a decision because the freaking twins show up.
Right.
And they brought a gift.
They're like, well, okay.
He's like, let me get my gun. Remember this gun that I never use on anybody? So they show up and we're like, okay, so what's the deal here? Is it a setup? Is it a thing? No, they honest to God are like giving up.
Right. And they're like, here's sorry for trying to kill you and we're going to give you a gift.
And freaking like, okay, we see over the horizon, Danny Trejo. He's in the show now. That's the gift. Danny Trejo's the gift to all mankind. No, he brought a Rancor. So he's going to have a Rancor in his Rancor pit. Oh, yeah, my Rancor pit.
Start up that whole menagerie again.
Yeah, let's get some crazy animals over here. So they gave him a Rancor as a gift, and they're like, hey, this is a big mess. We're going to basically give up and go back to Hutta, and this is your mess, because this little Tatooine's garbage. It's nothing.
Right.
We just kind of wanted it back because it had our cousin's name on it, but we kind of don't care.
Right.
Are they lying?
Maybe. And also, they said someone else claimed.
They're like, the mayor already promised it to someone else.
And we don't want to be involved in this.
Maybe he promised it to the Pikes.
Yes, It could be. And also, another thing, too, if you think about it, if the Hutts want to sit back, let Boba and that other benefactor
then sweep in.
Yep. That's probably what they're going to do.
They're not stupid, yeah.
Yeah.
Trash duty.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think they're half telling the half-truth. Of course they don't want war. They want you to go to war.
Right.
And when you're weakened and beating the hell up, they'll come get you. But how's Boba gonna go to war with 7 kids, 2 pigs, and an assassin?
I don't know.
This isn't a bounty hunter thing. This is you need an army.
You need to get Mando on the job.
Right. You need actual forces or get some droids, something that can get forces. Also, some ships would help too. Some actual aerial bombardment.
What about multicolored speeder bikes? So they kind of have that. He's like, okay, cool. Here's your dude, your assassin. I brought him back. And like, nah, you can keep him.
You don't want him.
Sell him back to the gladiators. We don't care. I'm like, oh, weird.
I'm like, okay, this would be a good addition to the team, maybe.
He's like, you're gonna be my personal guy I ride around on. There's a homeboy named Yoda. I want to try something. He just jumps on his back. He's all running around with him. That'd have been great.
Or he puts him on backwards, so he's just kind of.
Yeah, you can put him in a baby sack, so you can shoot from behind.
I know this little dude called Grogu. You're gonna. I'm gonna be that guy.
I'm gonna be your Grogu, bro. So then he looks at him, and they're kind of like, hey, I guess I'm yours now. They uncuff him, and of course Finnick pulls up her rifle. He's like, okay, go in peace, my son. He just lets him go.
You know what it is?
Because I had to let him go or kill him.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, next time, just don't work for a gadoosh. Basically.
Yeah, don't work for scumbags like the Hutts.
Right.
So did he make a friend? Is there some kind of honor? Is this guy going to come back and help?
I hope so. You know what it feels like? It really does feel like you're playing a video game and you have
the Paragon choice.
Yeah, Paragon or the Renegade.
And his homeboy is Paragon Max.
Right. We're talking no negatives.
The freaking odometer on Paragon has flipped 3 times already.
Right. Which, sometimes it is funny to do the Renegade stuff, just letting you know.
I know, he needs to go Renegade. So he's like, hey, cool, Rancor. So he's got a Rancor now. They bring him down to the pit. Then we get an animal rights message. Kind
of, where it's they explain, oh, they're really nice.
And he's depressed. what do you mean he's depressed? He's like, Rancors can like have feelings. They have feelings.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, they're actually very intelligent creatures, and they have emotions. So kind of like an elephant.
Kind of.
Like elephants can actually get depression, which is crazy. So then they have this whole like, lore about Rancors.
Yeah,
they answered questions that nobody asked.
Yeah, they're super gentle
until they're provoked.
And they're this and that and what?
And I guess he's like, why is it blindfolded? Well, the first thing he says human, the first thing it sees like imprints on it, so that you'll think you're like it's mama or it's papa.
So it'll really listen to you, yeah.
So he's like, yeah, that's dope. I want to do that. And he's like, yeah, I want to train it to fight, and it'll be like your dude. And they've even talked about legends of like some people even used to ride Rancors.
Like those witches, whatever, on the planet where they made the Darth Maul and all that.
Dathomir. The witches of Dathomir.
Yeah.
This is so tight. It's so cool that just to hear Danny Trejo say that is so cool.
Yeah, I know. It was just
those
cool.
witches are freaking some wicked people, man. I don't know.
So then Boba gets the idea of like,
dude, I want to ride this thing.
Yeah.
Because I rode Beast 2 times as big as this.
Right.
But he's like, you need to make that connection. It's like a damn Pokemon.
Yeah, it really is.
But man, if I see him riding this Rancor, I will forgive him.
Shooting rockets off his back, blowing dudes away. The Rancors grabbing people and eating them and stuff.
That would be so
cool. Give me
maybe
Mandalorian Rancor armor. I want the Rancor to wear a Mandalorian helmet.
Maybe that's what they're setting up. Cool. If they're setting up something like that where he really cleans house and he's like, none of this nice stuff. I tried.
The Rancor rips the roof off the mayor's office and he just eats them. And then the Rancor takes a dump where his chair was. That's your new mayor right there. Seriously, that's what you gotta do.
It's almost like when you become a GM of a sports team, like a football team. You got to get your quarterback. You want your guy.
Yeah.
You need to get a mayor that you could control. Not this guy.
Yes. And I feel like that's what he needs to do. And that would kind of like, I wouldn't say make this episode better, but it would kind of show, okay, he had to learn. It took him a couple episodes.
But hopefully.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, this is going to be like my buddy. He's like kind of giving him love-ins, like snuggles and stuff.
Yeah, he's like, this,
who's your good boy? Who's your good boy?
Which is really cool because, Mandalorians are famous for like taming animals, using them in war and battle, and so being very,
So he's like, I'm going to have my Rancor. That's so tight. Then the guy comes downstairs, he's like, leave me alone. I'm hanging with my buddy. He's like, no. Goes, the mayor won't see you. He's going to be 20 days. And he's like, I'm suiting up. I want to go talk to this dude.
Tell Phoenix, suit up, we're going.
Yeah, I want to go at the end of a freaking laser rifle. So I guess Danny Trejo is going to go, I'll start this training. Tight, he's going to be in the... I want him in the rest of the series. I really do. I love Danny Trejo.
Now their team's like, 12 now? Including...
We got Mexicans in space now.
Yes, and Rancor.
The representation.
Oh, yeah. And then he takes the blindfold so he sees the man, so that's impressive.
So that's when he was like hugging on him and everything. Yeah. So that's like, it's his now.
Yeah.
So that's super cool. I love that. Oh, that is so funny. He just
the highlight of that episode.
He gets to the mayor's office and it's that one guy. Oh, I'm sorry, the mayor's something. Kill this guy.
I know. Phoenix, like, if you want to keep breathing, you let us in that room now.
It'd be one of those things like, let me see your hand. What for? Let me see your hand. I just chop his arm off. Next person who doesn't let me in this room, they're going to lose out more than an arm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then like shoot a bunch of your rifles so the tip is hot and cauterize them.
Yeah, shoot like the wall.
What do you got to do to these guys?
I know. No one cares. No one's showing you respect.
So Finnick has to threaten the guy.
Yeah, basically, and he listens.
And even Boba's like, "That's a little heavy-handed." What? Come on, bro! Like, what do you want me to do here?
But he also brought his little biker gang, and it looks awful in the sunlight. It's too bright. It's too effing bright. So they're like waiting outside. Those are my homies, my children. I'm gonna drop them off at the skate park later on. So he goes in there. Oh, I'm gonna go get the mayor. Then he like lock the door. they hack it open, and he's gone. Then you see him in his little land speeder. We gotta go.
Right, and I'm like, way to go, street guys. You didn't even notice that he was leaving.
So then begins the lamest chase scene.
Oh, this is awful.
It's a little slow. It's weird.
Do you remember all the chase scenes that were in Bad Batch? How they got like boring, but at least they were fast.
Yeah.
These are like someone in a go-kart is being chased by 5 people in Walmart scooters, the little shopping scooters. It's slow.
It's slow. It's weird slow.
It's slow.
And there's a scene in this where the lady, whatever, jumps, and the CGI looks so bad.
And
it looked bad.
And there's people in the street, like there's a protocol droid going, whoa, whoa, like getting spun around as they drive by. What is this? It's like a cartoon, like a silly cartoon.
It's almost like, does it feel like they needed to put this in for kids? Like, we need the jokes, we need the funny.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, no.
I bet you they got the because there's like the bright pink, like bright green, bright yellow. It's ridiculous. who wants to bet they're like, we're going to sell 1 million of these toys. And nobody wants these things.
No.
See, the Mayor's Sand Speeder looks kind of like the Cadillac version of a Sand Speeder.
But it still looks like Star Wars.
But it looks like Star Wars. These bikes don't look like Star Wars. They look like Buck Rogers. They look like
Alita,
Flash Gordon.
Yeah, that's Star Trek.
Yeah, like if there was some planet in Trek. See, the thing about Trek is they go to so many different planets, but that aesthetic doesn't fit this planet.
No. You know what's so sad? I'm not a big. I don't modify like any toys or anything. But if I bought them, I would feel like I would have to.
Like dark green.
Yeah, I would have to spray paint it darker.
Like that OD green, like a army green.
And then maybe like I don't know, dump them in dirt so they can get kind of look like.
This is the first time the critics actually have a legitimate point when it comes to these bikes. They have a legitimate point. They do. It looks bad.
And I think you were saying before, they didn't have any zippers, right?
Yeah, that was a big thing in Star Wars. No zippers. And that lady has like a classic leather jacket you would see in the store today.
Yeah,
you can go to Walmart and buy that jacket.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That shouldn't be.
And also, I understand that you're wearing coats because it gets cold in Tatooine, but not during the day.
Yeah, like a guy totally runs into like a painting, and it's like a silly chase scene.
Yeah, it is.
You made a point there when the guy fell over and all that he looked like Doctor Who. He did.
He was like a Star Wars Doctor Who because he has a big billowy jacket.
Yeah, he does.
Then it's like a little spike foot. Another guy has like a flamethrower on his arm, like a cutter, plasma cutter.
It's too radical. Well, it's too radical.
That's why we think of Battle Angel because I'm thinking.
It's going so slow. Why couldn't they just shoot the engines with the pistol?
And you were saying, why did Mando just go after him with his jetpack?
Yeah. Why didn't Boba fly in the sky?
Boba.
I don't know.
So the girl ends up just like Mario stomping on him, and they end up destroying a whole bunch of shots.
The only thing I could think of, Boba wanted to test their skills to see if what they can do.
That's so lame.
I know it is.
How about this is how you do that? Finnick is like getting ready to snipe the guy. He's like, no, let's see how they handle this. 2-second lines of dialogue fixes that. So he comes flying in, and I guess he ran into a peach cart. He's like, where's the mayor? Because the mayor took off. He's been gone for a while, and he's hanging out with the Pikes.
Yep.
And those are the people that screwed him over with the Tuskens.
So most likely he's a fake figurehead that the Pikes are giving him muscle so he can get all the money for.
So because that's how he's been handling things. How this mayor doing all this?
So this big Star Cruiser thing lands, and a bunch of Pikes are on it. And I guess like the eyeball guys like scoping it out, but not like in a
clever way.
Like in a stupid way. You know, it would have been better if you would have had a newspaper with the 2 eye holes cut out.
I know.
It's so silly.
Yeah, I'd rather have had him like sitting somewhere and then like his eye doing scans.
He sees it through his rear room mirror.
Yeah, he's literally using the rearview mirrors on his bike.
And he has he has a super
scouter eye.
Yeah, he's got a super bad eye.
Why don't you just show the eye and show the generic crappy special effect? Zooms in. Just give me that.
And he could have been far away. He's like right next to them. Like,
or he could be talking to someone and the eye's like, and it zooms in on the thing so it doesn't look like he's.
Yeah, so he's like talking to someone in the ad. It's like, yeah,
he's literally 2 feet away from them.
Oh.
And it looks like he has garbage glued to his face.
I know. It just doesn't.
I had a story called Hobo Cop about a guy about a homeless man that found a bunch of garbage and he made like a robot suit. Like they had that guy in Clay Fighter, but I actually like wanted to expand that story. That's what this guy looks like.
They all look like that if you combined all their parts.
Yeah, they'd be like Hobo Cop. Then he's like, yeah, the Pikes are here. He calls Boba. And he's like, yeah, there's a dozen of them. So go keep your eye on them. Well, sorry for saying that. It's like, don't worry about it. Why is Boba Fett apologizing for stuff?
Yeah, it's
weird. He's such a nice guy.
It's like Disney's like forcing him
to be the goodest guy there ever was.
Because they don't want to make a show where he could be somehow like an anti-hero, maybe even like a villain a little bit.
But he is a gangster. He is controlling the Hutt's territory. He has to be ruthless.
Finnick's like, hey, they're going to war. We'll be ready for them. That's the end of the episode. Robert Rodriguez, I love you. God.
Right. I was expecting a lot more out of that chase scene, and I was not impressed.
It was boring. The first time I was actually bored.
It's so slow. Like the part where she goes up the thing and lands on the thing, she could have easily pulled out any blaster and just shot the engines. She was probably 8 feet away.
Right.
And the engine is like, I don't know, the size of a freaking pizza, like a 12-inch pizza. You can't hit that?
If you would have speeded up just a couple of notches, would have helped so much.
And then you don't need to have the people walking across the street. Wow!
Like I said,
it's like, let's make an episode for the kids.
The kids. So there's no violence. There's no. Because the Wookiee, even though it's not even, I know they're not going to show tons of blood, but come on.
No, he was biting people.
Yeah, I want to see a little bit of blood.
Yeah, I know. Remember, if you're going to make, like you said, a show about a gangster, Boba Fett taking over a gangster land, you have to be a little more PG-13.
I'm not full-blown rated R, but
PG-13, come on.
PG-13, yeah.
So, yeah, again, guys, we got to get back on track. We started out good, okay. This one's like below okay. It's not horrible, but it's close. It's close to being bad.
Yes, and we needed to go way back up because, I mean, if he's the goody two-shoes, I guess, but it's not going to be what I want.
Remember the big giant monsters in Gears of War that had the cannons in their back and stuff? That's got to do that Rancor.
Yeah.
It's got to have like machine gun arms and everything. He's got to go rip it sick. He has to.
And then he's firing, and then he jumps off of it, he does a forward flip, and he lands like this, and then the Rancor's behind him. Like, that would be sick.
Right. And also
Give me that.
Maybe also some more better uniforms so everyone would wear, like some Boba Fett symbols.
Yeah, like have everyone wearing like that dark green and they match.
Yeah, maybe turn all their bikes to a dark green. That would be awesome.
Yeah, you stick out like a sore thumb.
Like an idiot. Like
exactly.
You look like a bunch of kids at the Boys and Girls Club made a gang and whoever had like mini bikes. And you know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
A Boys and Girls Club in the middle of downtown Detroit. Yeah. Okay, it's saying like, this isn't the place to have, look at me, my fancy little Vespa.
I don't know. They got to get better.
Yes.
I didn't expect this show to be so middling.
Right. The first 2 episodes...
They were good. They weren't bad. I liked them.
Yeah.
But man, this one, I'm telling you, this felt like the first time, like you said before, this feels like Bad Batch episode.
Yeah, very Bad Batch episode. Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
Hopefully next week they got to step it up. It's only 6 episodes, right?
I think
so. Yeah, Oof. So 3 more. That's it.
Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can contact us on any of the social media platforms in the description down below. And while you're here, be sure to click on one of the videos over on the right.